Welcome to Engineering Scale Models. I'm Jason, your host, and I do models. How is everyone doing today? This is my test stream. I hope this is working out here. Let me just try to pull up to see if this is actually streaming here. I haven't done a stream in forever. Yes, it appears to be working. So it appears to be working. Nobody's in the stream, of course, because I didn't announce I'm streaming. So let me just send this out. Okay, so what are we doing today on the stream? That is a test stream that I may tend to stream in the future. I have here on this camera, and I can't see my cameras. Okay, this is going to be just a disaster here. Oh, that's in the wrong spot. Okay. I just have to move some stuff here. It's in the chat. Okay. Okay, so we should be good. The audio should be fine. I'm not sure. Hopefully people can play this back and watch it. Okay, so I have this JoyCon. I fixed in another stream. It has a label on it that you can't see. Just that. So it says needs test. It connects to the switch, and the battery is deader than a doornail, so I don't know if it needs a battery or just needs a charge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that one to the side, and I'm going to fix this one. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I think it has some really nasty, dirty contacts like that last one. The last one will be coming out in a video. I just wanted to do a test stream with something that I'm comfortable with doing, and I've done this a fair few bit of times. So we are going to take this apart and clean it up. I have my JoyCon box here. Take out that bad joystick. And I have my little box for screws. I'm going to use my iFixit thing here. Actually, I probably should use my screwdriver. So I'm going to use my ES121. So let's see here. Get these screws out. Back case screw. So I'm just going to take this apart here. I haven't streamed in a while. I'm going to be doing some test streams here. This would be the time I can stream. It doesn't have to be on a Saturday, but this is the time frame that I have time to myself to actually stream things. So I'm going to get my pick and my spudger out there. So, and I have my good tweezers. Well, all tweezers should be good, but sometimes they're not. So open this up here. Now, I've only fixed the JoyCon drift issues with switches. I've never even opened this side of the switch here. So, yeah, it opens the same way, like a little book there. So, there's that. Let's get this battery disconnected here. So we got the battery disconnected. I hope you guys can see this okay. Lighten it up a little bit. So there's the battery, and let's see if we can get the battery out of the housing. can come out. I'm working on a way to hook these up to the load and the power supply to test these batteries to make sure to see if they're good and to have a way to charge them. So I'm hoping to acquire a really busted JoyCon that I can steal the battery connector off of. So okay, so I can already see that this one's different. It has a board here on the side, but it appears that it is going to open the same way. So let's get our Phillips bit here. So now I don't have a lot of parts for the Joy-Cons. All I really have is the joysticks, but I think that this is what is the issue with this one. It could be the battery, but I know it's dirty and I know the contacts are corroded pretty bad. So is that, now that looks like another screw right there. There we go. So let's undo that and fold this out. Wow, that connector is tight on there, so I'm gonna have to tuck that in there like that. That ribbon cable right there seems to be really, see if I can get you in there and show you that ribbon cable there. That ribbon cable is very taut on this unit here. Let's see if I can. This is going to be tricky to get back in. Okay, that should pull out now. Okay, so we have this. This is the ZR trigger, and then this also houses this unit right here, which is the antenna for something. I'm going to unhook that. Right up here, I'm going to try to unhook that. So that's that, and I'm going to tuck that back in here because I don't need to ultrasonic clean this section of the board. I'm just going to tuck that back in there the way it goes. Just clean it with a toothbrush. So I'm just going to get my toothbrush. Oh, hey, Coder. God, I don't even check the chat. I am such a slacker on my live streams. I get into the video and then I don't even check the chat. Hey, Coder, how's it going? So let's just clean this up a little bit here. It's got a little bit of grime and dirt in it. So I like to get these like new, just so it's a quality refurbishment. So goes in my box. Okay, so I'm going to unhook this side rail here. Nope, that goes that way. Alright, that goes that way. That goes that way. Wow, this board is like not even screwed down anymore. Wow, that's crazy. I just noticed that. So this board is not even screwed down. So I'm going to take these two ribbons out here. So those ribbons are out. We'll get to that. That's going to get cleaned. And then we're going to pull out the vibration here. Wow, these plugs, this board is loose here. Okay, so that is out, and I believe I can pop this module out like I did on the last one. Just has a little bit of sticky tape on it. There we go. Place that in there. So this is a sensor that I'm assuming is this ribbon cable here, or this ribbon cable. So that looks tricky. So we're gonna proceed with extreme caution here. So that goes up like this is for the joystick. I'm going to unscrew the joystick screws. And weirdly, these are the same as the motherboard screws, but in the other one, the joystick screws are different. That's weird. So, okay, so the joystick is out. Oh, I didn't want to mess that up. Okay, so the Joy-Con is out, and you can see, this is gross. You can see all the dirt and grime that's in there. It's pretty gross. So I'm gonna just attempt to clean this one up. I do have a replacement Joy-Con for it if it needs to be replaced, but it didn't appear to show any signs of wear or drift, so I'm just gonna clean this one up. I'm just gonna get a little bit of alcohol in there and scrub it down here. You don't know what's on here, other people's DNA or what's going on, so who knows with this stuff. Oh, that's cool. The connection seems good. That's good. Yeah, I haven't streamed since I've gotten this new bench set up with all the different camera views and the microscope and the, you know, like I can put up all the test equipment. I haven't, and my side camera just went out of shooting. But yeah, I haven't done it, and last time I live streamed, I was on a different side of the room, but my son now uses that for his school area, so I'm crammed into it. It's a pretty small bench, not quite as small as yours, but it's a it's to me it's a small area compared to what I'm used to working with. So now I'm wondering if it is worth it to mess with this little cable up in here. Oh, that looks like it's a pain in the butt to get back in. We're gonna do it. Ooh. So I always check for little components around these ribbon cable flip things, so I'm making sure that, you know, I'm not gonna knock anything off. There's nothing real tiny. There is some tiny stuff on this board, but there's nothing real tiny by that cable. So I'm going to... Oh, nope, there is screws holding it down. Look at that. I didn't see those. So... put those there. These have a different screw layout for... Yeah, these have a different screw layout. I've never opened this side before. I've only fixed the drift issue in the other side. So, this is... Yep, this is going to be tough. What? Yeah, that's going to be tough. Okay. So here is our circuit board. Looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get that cleaned up. It looks really good. Doesn't look like it has any kind of corrosion or water entry. I mean, it looks really good. I don't see any issues on these boards at all. I was worried about these when I first saw them. They looked kind of grimy, and I didn't know if there'd be water damage or not. So everything looks good. I'll just give it a quick light once over here. Just a quick one there, just to get anything that may be on there that I'm not seeing. And I want to take a look at that connector under the microscope. So I'm going to pop that one off, pop that one on, and I want to see this connector here. If I can find it, there we go. So there is the connector for the battery connector. Now what I want to know is if that can be desoldered with hot air and not be mutilated. It appears that it has, what is that? It looks like it has 2 ground pins holding it down in the back, and then 2 surface mount type pins there, what's on the back. I don't see any kind of through hole action. Oh, it is under the sticker here. So let's... No, I'm not seeing anything under that sticker where those pins go through. So it appears to be just stuck by those 2 pins there, and maybe 2 little ground pads there on that battery connector. So it looks like I could get that off and put that on a custom made PCB and then hook it up to my battery charging system to charge and test these batteries. So I'm not going to mess with this on this one because I think this is a good JoyCon, but when I come across one that is a bad board and unfixable, I will be harvesting that that connector to do that type of thing. Heat it from under with low airflow. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But I want to make sure I can get that off, and I want to design a custom board that will take a one of these connectors, but also you know, the connector from the connector from the switch itself, because I want to make a thing to where I can hook it to the electronic load to test the capacity of the battery, but also then in turn run it through the power supply to charge and discharge the batteries to see if they're any good. And I also want to decode that middle gray line on the battery to see what that signal does, to see what that, I'm going to use the decoder on the scope to decode it and see what it does during communication. So I'm going to make a cool little jumper thing, but right now currently I only have 2 switches. One is working, I think 100%. I have to check, do some more gameplay testing on it, and then the other one, well, you know what the deal with the other one is, so that's something I want to do in the future. I want to be able to charge stuff like switch batteries, JoyCon batteries from a custom board. Yeah, that's what I'm working on. I already have a schematic in Eagle, and I am just need to get to harvest the connectors. But as I was saying on a stream you had yesterday, I'm weird about taking stuff off a switch or a thing because I think it's gonna like ruin it from being a donor board in the future. But I have a bid on a lot of 2 switch motherboards for $35, and I'm the winning bid for 2 motherboards. So I'm just going to use them as donors and parts. So I'm going to see if I can get those two just motherboards, then I'm going to harvest one of the connectors. And I already have a battery that I am going to harvest the circuit board out of. There's a circuit board right here, and I'm going to cut this out, take the battery cell off, and then I'm going to hook these wires right here to the end of the circuit board to mimic a battery, so that way I can hook it to, I can plug this connector into a switch and I can mimic a battery. I can also mimic a battery that needs charge at different levels of discharge. So that's my goal. So I am going to, make one for this. I'm also going to make if one of these batteries is bad, I'm going to pull the connector in the board. I'm pretty sure there's a protection circuit board in here also that I need to harvest, because it's best to use the native ones that work with the system for feedback and things like that. So that's my goal. I mean, I just started getting into these board level repairs, so you just have a little confidence it'll work out. What's best on your machine? For the switch, I generally use 420-50% air on all my connectors. Now, see, you have a really nice air system. I'll show you what I have. It's going to be a little dark here. So if I can take this one off, and hopefully this works. Yeah, so that is my Tektronix 5000 series. That was actually donated to me to do this stuff. The hot air gun works really well, and the soldering iron works really good, and it has like a board preheater on there, which I've actually used on other projects. So the reason I got that was for when I make custom PCBs. Is the reason I got that, or asked for it anyways. But the air gun, it works great, but it's a little bit different than other ones, so I can't remember my buttons, and they're all labeled. That's sad, but it's nice. It works. The tip, this is the smallest tip I have for it. It's pretty small. If you hold it up to one of these components, it doesn't look that small. But I also use that, but I also have two of these T100s. This one has this tip on there because it's a good tip. So I use these because these work better than that iron. That iron does heat up fast and stay hot, but I like the fact that I can swap tips on this faster. And I'm actually I got another one. I haven't set it up yet. That I'm going to have a different tip, so that I can just swap these and then just plug them into the power supply and use them. So let's finish looking at this. This rubber thing doesn't look too bad. What is... See, now I don't even know what this thing is here. This has got a power supply or a ribbon cable coming from it. What? Okay, well, all those are just now out. You know what this is? Those Citroen machines are generally pretty reliable, even though the price point definitely rivals them. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've had mine for years. I also have one of these USB ones, this TS80P, that I have a huge tip on for cleaning like large pads and stuff, because I can plug this into my 18-volt battery pack and it heats up pretty quick, and then it also cools down pretty quick. And this one has the quick change tips, but there's not a lot of tips, aftermarket tips available for it, so I mainly just use it with this one. If I'm like tinning wire or things like that, I'll use this one for that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a pressure sensor or not. It doesn't look like it comes out. It's like a coil. Can you see in there with the wire being a coil? It's a coil that wraps around this unit here. I don't know if you're getting that, but it's a coil. There's a little better shot of that. But it's got, you can see a little bit more of the coil in there, but it's shielded there. And I wonder, yeah, that's weird. Well, I'm definitely not going to run this through the ultrasonic now. I thought this was going to go apart like the last one did. And then this ribbon cable is locked down with this sensor here, this IR sensor thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick out this button here and the home button. And I'm just going to clean around it with air and this toothbrush here gently. Yeah. You have run them through the ultrasonic cleaner with that coil? Oh, I don't know. And this sensor? Because that sensor seems to be glued down. I'm just going to hit it with the toothbrush here. It doesn't seem to be overly sticky or anything. So I'm just going to... Yeah, see, that's going to be fine. What I find like the nastiest part on these is what I'm about to show. So yeah, that's fine. So I tell you, these things right here, these are microfiber cloths, and I use these religiously for everything. Like for example, I have my to be fixed switch here, and on the bottom of the container, like to protect the screen, I have a microfiber cloth, and you can see that that screen is got no scratches on it, and I want to keep it that way. It came in like that, and I keep that down there. But and I found a lot of these things, like this massive bag full of these microfiber cloths at a garage sale, brand new. And there was more in here. I've used a lot of them. There was like 8 or 9 different colors of these here, but I've used I used a lot of these. I've had those for a few years. Back when I was doing scale modeling and getting glue all over them and everything. I found those at a garage sale, man. I use them for everything. They're great for cleaning. They're lint free, and you know, all that stuff. Yeah, I use the IPA in my ultrasonic cleaner. I was worried about it, but you convinced me that it would be okay. You strip back those screens down just to replace the backlight on the switch. Pretty notorious for liquid damage on the backlight ribbon. On the backlight ribbon. Is that the LCD ribbon on the, or is that, hold on, let me get my board out. Is that the ribbon that comes in down here? Like, there's a ribbon that comes from the screen down here. Is that the backlight that you're talking about? Because I know that the LCD goes here, and the there's a ribbon from the LCD that goes there. So I'm not sure if that's the backlight. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's the backlight ribbon. Usually burn out when getting liquid damage. Yeah, I have a few replacement screens over here that I picked up. Oh no, that's back case shells. I have a few digitizers and LCD screens that I have just in case I need to replace one. Like I said, this switch right here, let me back out a little bit here so it's not so far. This switch right here, I got this. I paid a little bit more for it, but it turns on. As you can see, it's turning on here. And I got this for $105 in an auction, and it doesn't seem to have any issues. It charges on each side. I have a video coming up on me looking at this, and I will show you. Let me show you what the USB port looks like, and you tell me what you think, because I think it's got an issue with it, and then I will tell you what the issue is. So there's the USB port, there's the microscope camera. Let me see if I can get this in there. Okay, where is it at? So it's got to tilt back more. Okay, so there is the USB port. Let me get some more light in there. So, can you see that? Let me go big. So, that is the inside of the USB port. So, it looks a little gnarly to me. But when I charge with it, I'll show you the other side of it. When I charge, it gives me no issues. It charges like normal, charges the battery. Everything works. Oh no, it's not going to want to focus. There we go. But you can see how it looks a little gnarly and some of the pins look like. Here's the issue with this switch. It doesn't dock to the TV. Everything else looks fine. It just doesn't dock to the TV. No, it charges on the dock. It charges on the charger. Charges normal. It charges on both sides of the connector. It just doesn't dock at all. It charges on the dock, but it doesn't actually switch to the TV. So I'm thinking that I'm going to swap that USB port off on this and see what happens. But I want to run some more tests on it. It hasn't been tested yet fully to make sure everything works, because the deal I got to it, and if it's just the USB port, this is going to be my known good switch, because I know the game card reader works. I know everything works on here, so this is going to be my known good switch that stays in this box for testing other things. So yeah, if that doesn't fix it just yet. Yeah, I'm hoping it's just the USB-C port. It's never been opened, which for the price I paid for it, I couldn't believe that it's never been opened or anybody's even tried to replace the USB-C. I thought for sure that was, when I first saw it, I was like, someone's going to try to replace this and it's going to be damaged inside, but it wasn't. It was never opened before. It does have a broken kickstand, but for a test unit, it's fine for me. So I am going to use it as my known good switch. I know it has a good screen. I know it has a good digitizer. So, like, say I get this board to draw current or whatnot, and it doesn't work in its original housing, I can pop it into that housing and see if I get image, and then I know if it's the housing this came in, if it's image or whatnot. So that's my goal anyways, to try to have that kind of options and setups, and to make my life a little bit easier, because I'm just starting out with this board level repair, and so far it's more of a learning curve than I thought, because I've done you know, I've done circuit board design and troubleshooting and things, but I've only done it on things I've made. Okay, let's get to the meaty part of this stream here. Let's take a look at this connector that I know is going to be grimy and dirty, and then we can get all this stuff cleaned up. Just don't want to lose anything here. So we have the circuit board. Well, that's not going to fit in that spot anymore, so there's the circuit board. So now we have this rail section here. So I'm going to move this out of the way, this out of the way, that out of the way. And I want to take off this rail here, so I'm going to take off this screw. Let me adjust this image again. Yeah, with that one that I was talking to you about, I was just having some issues, and they're not having a known good one to take apart. And, you know, my wife wouldn't let me take apart mine or my son's, so I was getting weird readings, and I told you about some of the readings I was getting. But yeah, okay, see, here's what I'm talking about on this thing. Look at this. Look at that caked up in there nastiness. Look at this. This is gross. And I bet you this connector is going to be even worse. So this has got a little bit of sticky on it. Oh, this is so nasty. See, there was probably nothing wrong with this switch, but it's just nasty and dirty, and I'm not gonna let somebody buy that for a kid and then give it to them. Yeah, I just can't do that. So that's gonna get ultrasonic cleaned. But here, let's check out this connector here. Now here's the issue I was saying about you got the battery, nice. Here's the issue I was saying about the OBS. Okay, so I have 2 cameras on right now, and if I can turn my webcam on, so I can turn my webcam on, and it is, where's webcam at? Webcam, and I can have my webcam, which is currently pointed at the ceiling. But if I try to turn on my 4th camera, which is my microscope camera, nothing happens. It won't even, it shows that it's on, but it's not on. In order for me to get the microscope camera on, I have to turn off that camera, and then I can turn on the microscope camera. It won't let me have 4 devices at once. So let's take a look at this connector here. So that's up there with pretty nasty. I don't think that would interfere with the connection, but you can start to see that there is green stuff in there. And that could be possible corrosion. So that's what the last one looked like. That's gross. That's nasty. I am going to clean that out right now with my toothbrush. Let's see what that looks like. If I can find this spot. There we go. Yeah, well, that way, I'll take a look at mine and see if it does the same thing. Yeah, I don't know if it's because I have so many things crammed into a USB hub, but yeah, it will not acknowledge 4 video capture devices on the screen at once. I can have all the screen captures and monitor captures and anything else. I can have as many as I need, Windows and all that stuff, but I can't have 4 video devices. Let's take a look at that again. So that's looking much better. That looks way better. So let's take a look at this other section here. I'm going to pull out these two screws here. So oh, hey Coder, listen, check this out. This is an electric screwdriver. It removes screws at a reasonable rate. That one is don't buy that one though. Don't buy that. That's outrageous. Don't buy that. I have another one. I don't know where my other one is. But literally don't buy one of these. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't buy one of these. Oh, what specs am I running on my? It's a. I believe it's one of them Ryzen's. It's a Dell computer. Listen, I don't build computers anymore. I used to build computers. I don't build computers. I don't really know modern computers. I have a Dell Ryzen system. It is supposedly a good entry-level gaming PC, but I was led to believe that it would do my video exporting and stuff at a good rate, and it does. It does at an extremely rate. Also, this one was pre-built, and it came with, I can have 4 monitors connected to it. It has 8 of the USB 3 ports and 8 of the regular USB ports. It has a camera. It has 1 camera capture card slot built into the front of it, but it works for what I'm doing. It works for what I'm doing, and I got it for specifically for doing my videos and things like that, because I never had an issue recording the videos, but I had an issue with videos that were 30 minutes long taking 2 or 3 hours to export. And this one, I can do an hour-long video and it exports in like 20 minutes. So it's pretty good. It serves that purpose. Also, there are 2 2 terabyte SSD hard drives in there, and I did put a RAM upgrade. I'm not sure how much, but I put another stick of RAM in there, so I don't know. I think it was like a third more RAM. And then I have a 6 terabyte SSD, like it's kind of like an in-home cloud thing that all the data is stored on. So actual exporting to actual saving everything goes to that external 6 terabyte drive system. So it would be faster if I did it to the internal terabytes, but I run some pretty heavy software for engineering programming, and that takes up a lot of my hard drive space, and I need the speed for doing that because that's actually something I make money on the side. So not so much anymore. But let's get these buttons out of here. So this is disgusting. We're going to clean this. So we're going to get this all clean here. So this is, I don't know what was in this, like someone ate a Pop-Tart or something and shoved their JoyCon into it. I'm not sure. A fair exporting takes quite a while. I encourage you. Yeah, I heard that. I was sorry to hear that. You know, she passed away, and you had to sell some of your computer. That stinks. But yeah, I wanna do some upgrades to this PC, because I mean, I say I want to do some upgrades, and then I say what the point is for doing an upgrade, because I don't have room for what I want to hook up. So I want a third large monitor because currently I have two HP VH240A. They're low cost HP monitors. I don't game, so they work fine for that. And then I have what is a little drawing pad from Huron where I can write on the screen and things like that. So and I want one more monitor so if I do streams, I can see what I can watch the stream and also display capture stuff. Because one of the projects I'm working on is programming a FPGA, and it needs both of my main monitors. So I need to run OBS on like a little monitor I tuck in the corner to be able to see what's going on, so I can use all three of the monitors to do that software. But then it comes down to, yeah, I could hook up the fourth monitor, but where am I going to put it? I really don't have any space to put another one of these monitors, and I would get the same kind of monitor. I like these monitors. So that looks pretty good. The cable, we'll take a look at that cable right there. Yeah, that cable looks fine. I don't see any damage on it. I don't know, what's that black spot right there? Oh, it's off. It was just a piece of dirt or grime. Okay, so we got this. We'll check out the circuit board here. Circuit board looks good. Okay, clean this little button. And we'll get this start getting put back together. So this goes in this hole. Let me just... Yep, that looks fine. Goes there. Oops. Oh, these buttons need to be cleaned. So... Yeah, I have... see, now when I got this microscope here... it's not, I can't use a microscope that you look through. I can't do that with my back issues. So when I got this microscope, I looked at the specs, and it says that you can cast it to a 27-inch monitor with no resolution loss. And I actually have a 27-inch 4K monitor that I was going to put in the middle of my bench to hook the scope to, and then capture it on there. But I measured it out, and I didn't have enough room. I was so sad. I was super sad. I was measuring it and trying to figure out a way to make it work for like a week, because we don't use that TV at all. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. Let's put it out there, and then I could put it out. Yeah, I was so excited for it, and it wouldn't fit. I mean, I would have to seriously limit the amount of stuff I have out here. And I had all these tables custom made, and at the time I had them custom made for what I have now. So that's back together. It's clean. I'm gonna hit this one more time here. Looks a little iffy. Alright, so I'm going to get in there with a Q-tip, pointy Q-tip. go. So, yeah, I had some engineering jobs fall through, so I am hopefully going to be able to do this and generate a little bit of extra income on top of the other little bit of stuff I do. So, I mean, I was fixing like screens and stuff, but the amount of profit I was getting was so low that, and sometimes, you'd fix it and you only make like $5 or $6, but you spend like, a whole bunch of time. Yeah, yeah, I looked at, getting a camera scope, on one of those scopes and stuff, but if I move on to like trace repair or things like that, I'll look into upgrading it, but you know, my wife wasn't too adamant about spending money to get into this venture, so I am not allowed to buy anything else until I make some money from the Switch that I bought. So I need to get that one fixed, change that M92 chip, so, and fix that and sell that one, and then I will have a little bit more freedom to get the stuff that I need. I mean, I do have pretty much everything I need. I mean, I don't mind the microscope. I actually like it. I do want to hook up my air compressor, but it's so loud. Alright. Okay, so that's that. This has been cleaned, so I am going to put the original joystick back in there. Let's see, does that go first or does the board go first? Well, first all these buttons go first. Okay, so I believe X goes. Oh. Okay, I had it the right. Oh, I just knocked it out. Wow. Okay, this is going to be a stream where I get defeated by some buttons. Okay, so this one goes. That one was supposed to go in there, so we'll put that in there in a minute. And then we have the A button. And then Y. And B. Okay, so we'll put this over there. Yeah, I've been doing YouTube for a while. I get donations though, so I do get donations from people. So for a while I was on Patreon. I was getting like 25 a month, but unfortunately the person that was donating that to me passed away from coronavirus. So I was I was sad because they were a good supporter, and they were a good friend. They helped me out a lot and stuff. So, but yeah, it was sad. So, but yeah, I was getting oh, that's upside down. I was getting support. The channel was making money, and plus, I was doing like engineering reviews on the side, so I get money for that. But this is more of a starting a new venture, and that is, um, new. So now these side ribbon cables are going to be tricky. So let's see if we can get this on there like that. And let's see if we can get these ribbon cables in. So okay, that's going to go down there. Now, yeah, I mean, he had 4 kids, and that's what I was concerned about, you know. He left a pretty substantial life insurance for his family, and believe it or not, he is the reason I have all that singlet equipment, because he left me the money to get that equipment, which I thought was very strange because I didn't really know this man, and he just enjoyed the content I produced and donated the money for the singlet equipment. I had originally thought that the equipment was on loan to me because it showed up and it was like, try this out and whatnot. And it turned out that it was a donation of the equipment. So, okay, well, if this works, that went way better than I thought that would go. I mean, if I can make, I don't need to do it, full time and, bust out 20 switches a day, but, if I can, do 1 or 2 switches a week or a month, whatever it is, then, it's something. So, these are not the right ones, it's these. I almost put the wrong screw in there. Oh, that's not the right hole for those screws. There it is. So I am, transitioning into this here. So I'm hoping, it seems like there's a lot of help out there. So for people who, are just starting into this, there is the help fact. There is people willing to help you. Like you, Coder, you are super helpful. So I'm surprised this stream is going so well. I mean, you're the only one in here, but it seems to be having no issues. And this is also the first time I've used OBS to stream, because I was using Streamlabs before. Yeah, really, that's crazy. When I got this guy signed up and was giving me donations, I didn't know who he was. He wanted to remain anonymous, but his wife contacted me after he passed away and let me know that he passed away. And first she called and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry to say this, but you're not going to be getting any money because he died." I was like, "Yeah, I don't, the money's not important to me. I'm sorry you lost your husband," kind of thing. And she was like, "Wow, I can't believe, wow, he was helping somebody else and they were all pissed about them not getting their money anymore." And I was like, "No, it's fine. It's not important to me. That you and the kids are okay is what's good to me." And I ended up sending the kids some stuff, you know, just just because I feel bad. I have a soft spot in my heart for kids. But yeah, and then it turned out that he left a sizable workbench full of stuff that was never even opened. And she sent me this singlet stuff, and I thought she was loaning it to me, and then it turned out that she wasn't loaning it to me, she was giving it to me. So I thought she was just let me use it until she found a buyer for it. um, but no, she actually gave it to me, which was incredible. So I was like, wow. All right, so what do we do next? Let's put this vibrator motor back in there. So, goes in there. It's still got some sticky left. So, what is left up? So, I can put this in. I can put that button in. And then I need to put in this. Oh, that button fell out. So this needs to go in here. I was just trying to figure out the best course of action here. Oh, this were left-handed would be nice. Oh, I don't think that's right. I don't think. Okay, I guess that does go like that. Seems like these are going to be trickier than the. I'm going to have to make a jig or something to hold these things better. So, and my son has now come out here to watch the stream. Check that out. So. You gonna say hello to the people on the stream?
What's that?
That is my son. Alright, so that was actually harder than those others two that I thought would be hard. So, and I did not put that button back in while I am having you can definitely tell I'm streaming something because I am messing up like crazy. Okay, so I'm going to pop that out and put this button in there. And now we're going to yeah, I like him. I like his channel. He shows you the stuff where he doesn't always fix it, and I'm in the ballpark. If I'm gonna make a video and spend my time making a video, whether it fails or it succeeds, I'm gonna post it anyways, because people mess up, and nobody's perfect. Okay, this thing was the one that was like super weird to get in. This whole side has odd ribbon cables that are, you know, you can't get your finger into, or things like that. Okay, so this is not. There we go. Okay, so that ribbon cable's in. So the button fell out again. Okay, so that is that. I'm going to quickly screw that in before it pops back out. And hopefully I don't have any extra screws at the end here. So okay, so now I need to plug in this some kind of antenna cable here. Probably should have did that before I put that plate on. Like I said, I've never taken this side off. I've only done the JoyCon drifting on the left controller. So this is new to me. There we go. I got it on there. Now let's tuck this wire back in there. Back. Okay, so I'm going to plug this battery back in. I'm pretty sure this battery's bad, but I'm going to plug it back in anyways. And we're going to test just to make sure it connects still. So, and then I will do a full test on both of these in a video. And then we'll fold it up. And we have that, and then we will get our 4 back screws. And hopefully we, you know, and I think showing a mistake is also a good way of explaining to how not to do things. Because a lot of people learn, you know, failure is the best way to learn. Because if you just see someone that can, you know, do it right all the time, you know, you're not going to learn what not to do and things like that. And, you know, I'm always a big believer in, you know, a failure is not a failure, it's just a learning opportunity. And in engineering, when you're designing things, and you know, on a component level that's never been designed before, you know, you're gonna fail. Nobody does it perfect the first time, and if they said they did it perfect the first time, they're a crappy engineer. So let's see if this even connects. We're going to get out my working switch. I know controllers connect to this. So it connected. So let's just, oh, it works too. Look at that. That one works. So what's the battery life on this thing? Yeah, it's dead. It's dead. But if you check the one that I did yesterday, you know, it connects and it's dead too. So now I'm going to leave these on here to charge. That I have both, and then I'm going to test all the buttons, and I may have a complete console. So this will be, I don't want to leave this unit on too long because the thermal grease needs to be replaced, and I will talk about that before I go. I had got some thermal compound. Let me grab it because I put it away. I have gotten this stuff right here, this thermal paste here. Let me see if I can open it. Of course, they put it in some kind of weird protection package. I had gotten this right here. It's Protronics Series 7 thermal paste. It's for CPUs and GPUs and LEDs. And I thought I was getting bigger tubes. I got 4 of these little teeny tiny tubes of thermal paste. And I was talking to you, Coder, actually, and you recommended the MX4. So I found a slightly larger tube of MX4, and I found this for a pretty decent price. It's still not like insane amount. There's not that much in there. So yeah, so I know you don't need much, but it doesn't seem like you get a lot of this stuff in a package. So, and I can't get it back in the pack. Okay, done with that. Alright, that's going to do it for this stream, guys. You guys could probably watch it back and all that stuff. Thanks for joining, Coder. I appreciate it. It's just a test. I'm not even quite sure. Oh, wait, an hour and 12 minutes. That's pretty good. So here is links to social media and my Patreon page. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.